this is Tanya here from EDU TV, and I welcome you all to today's EDU TV's Leadership Podcast. Today's theme is Dream Big, Start Today, Building the Future That You Want. At EDU TV, we believe that meaningful conversations with visionary leaders inspire young minds to take informed decisions. Today's discussion is an opportunity for students to gain practical insights on leadership, higher education, and innovation, and the skills needed to thrive in a rapidly changing world. We are privileged to have with us Mr. Tarundeep Singh Anand, the Chancellor of Universal AI University, initially known as the Universal Business School, who will share his experiences and vision for the future of education. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Tanya.
Thank you, sir. The conversation today will be hosted by a student of class 12 from Anand International School. We have with us Rashi Lunkar from Anand International, and we look forward to an engaging and inspiring conversation. Over to you, Rashi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. As introduced, I am Rashi, and I am a student of grade 12 from Anand International School, Ahmedabad. And before we begin, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our founder and chairman, Mr. Kamal sir, and our director principal, Ms. Priyanka Bhatkoti ma'am, who have given me the opportunity to interact with the leaders of across India. And I would also like to express my thanks towards our teachers, the EduTV team, and everyone who has made this interaction possible. Today, we are honored to welcome a distinguished educationist and a visionary leader, Mr. Tarundeep Singh Anand, Chancellor of Universal AI University. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and spending your time with us. Your leadership, vision, and the contribution towards future-focused education continues to inspire students across the nation. So the theme of the podcast, as said, is Dream Big, Start Today, and Build the Future You Want. So, sir, if you permit, I would like to start the interaction.
Sure, go ahead.
So my first question would be that every successful journey begins with a dream. So when you look back to your own life, what inspired you to dream big, and what advice would you give to us students who are still discovering their passion and purpose in life?
Thank you. Great to be on Edu TV as always. So I think for me, it was a lot of focus was done in the early stages. I had my passion for climbing mountains, and that's what got me started on this journey of, taking on the resilience that mountaineering teaches you, adaptability because things change on these high peaks, ability to make your decisions and keep going one step at the other, not giving up, just keep going because at sometimes the high altitude gets to you, sometimes the weather gets to you, sometimes it's your what you eat and your stomach issues, your knees, everything. You just have to keep taking the step forward. So I think that's my early stage learning when I was down. So I would recommend to all young students, pick up a sport because that will build that resilience. You can take the losses. You're going to get losses in life for sure. You're going to get setbacks. You're going to get things which will not work as per plan. And sports is something which teaches you that, okay, if it's a loss, you don't say, I'm not going to play the game again. You say, I'm going to go back into the game and play that. So I think I would advise students to pick up a sport and make sure that you, enjoy through that. So when we have a tough time, when I have a tough day at work, I go into the sport and then I forget completely 100% of that tough day. It's just gone out. All I'm thinking of hitting the lines or winning the point. So I think that's also great from a distraction perspective to change the perspective. So I would say, dreaming big came with these things. I was a sports person. I played rugby for India, and I used to thoroughly enjoy playing tennis every weekend. And of course, my mountaineering whenever I got the chance. These are foundational things which help me, go through life. Now, coming to your point of thinking massively big, actually was the ability to take risks. So I always say this, when you risk, you might fail. but you learn. So I
Hmm.
risk, I fail, I learn. The person who doesn't take risks has zero failures, but has zero learning. And therefore, in this competitive world that we are going, if you're not willing to take risks on new things, new ideas, trying new concepts, trying new, areas, exploring the world, you're going to be safe, not hurt,
Hmm.
with zero failure, but zero growth. So the only way you're going to get through growth in your career is if you try new things and put yourself out there. So I would love to share ideas on that.
Thank you, sir. Really meaningful. But as you said about learning new things, what, in my opinion, I believe is that the newest thing is artificial intelligence. And as debated, it is the future of our generation. Artificial intelligence, innovations, and all of these new technologies, they are going to transform the way we work, our field, our professions, and it is going to make us more efficient and it is going to make our lives more convenient. But at the same time, it also possesses a threat to make us more replaceable. So, as you said, if we fail to grow with the new concepts that are coming our way, then we'll become more replaceable by the people who have grown and who have learned these new things. So, according to you, what are the most important skills, values, and habits that we students should learn and should develop so that we are future ready and successful in this rapidly changing world?
So, the premise of this is that AI will take jobs. I say it will take jobs to the next level. It's going
Yes.
to be, gone are the days when you want to do grudge repetitive work. AI is going to take a lot of that. It's going to make you more. So, firstly, you've got to have the hard skills of understanding AI,
Hmm.
whichever field. So, for example, in our university, if you're learning psychology or music or design, of course, technology is anybody who's a technology student needs to know AI. But I'm saying fields which are the furthest away from AI or technology, we have a foundation layer that you have to learn AI and then see what AI
Yes.
will do to your field. So to be future proofing yourself, firstly, that's very important to have those
Hmm.
skill sets. On the other hand, I think that AI is going to work phenomenally because you need people who have the emotional ability to deal with people. So I say
Hmm.
that, go back to what makes us more human. What is going to
Yes.
be making us more human is empathy, our ability to know what's happening in another person's life, building relationships, doing teamwork, leadership. These are skills which we can really master now that the grunt work is left to for AI to do. We should develop our skills in these areas because dealing with people is going to be the most important skill for humans. And human beings are not going to disappear in the world of AI. They're going to be there. So if you
Yes.
can develop these skills, and that again happens through for you as a student is going through projects involved in
Okay.
real time problem solving opportunities which you can develop and putting yourself out there, that will develop these human skills. So, human skills along with hardcore AI skills, so that you can make sure that you use your time more productively, is going to be the lethal combination. And that's what's going to take us to become superhumans, right? Today, we don't,
Yes.
when we were growing up, we used to learn tables, you know, 15 times 17.
Hmm.
Today, I don't need to do that. I can press the two buttons and I get that on a calculator. That's what AI is going to do for us.
So, as humans, we should practice being more human and let AI do all the structured work.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Sir, as the Chancellor of Universal AI University, you are a leader that a lot of people, including myself, look up to. But as a leader, I believe your every day is filled with challenges and setbacks. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
So, if you could share one experience from your journey where you faced a difficulty or a challenge, and how that experience shaped you into the leader who you are today, and what lessons should we students learn and remember whenever we experience failures?
So, this takes me back to 2008, where we had the financial crisis, when all the biggest banks in the world, the Lehman Brothers, the Bear Stearns, the AIGs, including Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, were on the brink of, failure. So that was when I had raised $90 million to set up a joint venture between Chicago Mercantile Exchange and Reuters to create the
Wow.
first FX exchange.
Mm.
But our clients were in trouble, right? So they were falling like pins in a game. So we realized that we couldn't survive. So we had to shut the company, and we lost $90 million of funding. Now that's a huge failure, right? I had to go across Asia, fire all my staff, close all our offices across the country or across the world. So that was where we were. It was a huge failure. Financial markets collapsed. And my boss, who was my super boss, the group CEO of Reuters, Thomson Reuters, Mr. Tom Gloser, he said that, this failure is actually this huge failure is an investment. And I'm like, no, failure means loss. Loss sits on a particular
Right.
side of the balance sheet, and investment is a different side of the balance sheet. These things I've learned as an MBA finance student. So he said, no, 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 no. I couldn't understand that. Now, after this failure, he wanted to send me back to London, New York, Hong Kong, or whatever job. And I got the job as chairman and managing director of Thomson Reuters South Asia. And I was like, why would he do that? I've just lost him so much money. And he's like, later on, I required, when he gave me a business in India, I grew it massively. And that's what he said, that the experience you had because of the failure is the investment. We have invested that in you, and that's what's going to. So
Yes.
that changed my perspective. And therefore, I actually love it when I get failures, because I'm like, we are investing in something we will not repeat. And that's going to get us closer to where we want to dream. So, whilst everybody looks at failure as a stigma, I look at it as a huge opportunity to learn. And I keep coming back to this, but this is what I would say. You will have drawbacks, you will have setbacks. There's always another door, there's always another opportunity, there's always
Yes.
another option in life.
Completely agree. Sir, you come from a generation where knowledge was limited to the books. But now we have developed, technologies have emerged. How did you push yourself to change with time? Because this is something we fail to do. We like to sit in our comfort zones and fail to grow. How did you push yourself, find your way through this and you grow with AI?
So, firstly, I think you're the smartest generation. You're far smarter than us. So I think you guys, with least effort, managed to get to the most impact.
Yes.
So I think I have a lot to learn from your generation, because I see the least amount of effort and you get the impact, and we do a lot of grinding and we get to the same impact. So I say that. But having said that, I think my love for books started at a very early age. So I used to read a lot, and I still do, and that allows me to create the worldview. And therefore, just for example, how did we set up India's first artificial intelligence university? We applied for it in 2018, when nobody was thinking of 18
Hmm.
in AI in 2018. It's only after ChatGPT came, generative AI came. So it's all because you read a lot, you create your world map. And of course, I met a lot of people. I'm out there meeting people, and they tell us, insights into the world. So one professor I met in 2017 in Hong Kong said that by the speed at which a student walks from his hostel to his classroom, we can determine if he or she is a suicide candidate. I was like, this is magical. Just by the speed at which a child walks, and that's then they showed us the algorithm, the kind of weightages, the kind of logic that is goes behind it. And I said, this is the future. So I think putting yourself out, meeting people, reading a lot, uh, getting new experiences is how you create this worldview, and that gets you ahead of the game. Luckily, today at your fingertips, you have all the knowledge in the world. We had to, hunt for it. We had to
Yes.
search for it on Google. Now it comes through AI in a faster way. So I think you guys are better prepared. But just go out there and be curious, right? Saying, I want to
Okay.
know new things, right? I want to experiment. I want to explore.
Hmm.
The more you do that, the more you will learn.
So as you said that we are the generation with the most knowledge and everything is on our fingertips, but more of nothing is good. Uh, so we, for as a student, one of the biggest difficulties that I see myself facing is the n number of career options that are available. We have knowledge of everything, we have everything, but because there's so much available, it is difficult to decide which pathway is meant for me and which path should I walk down the road to. So, what practical advice would you give to students, especially us haiku students, so that we could choose the right career option and the option that aligns with our interests, the strengths that we behold, and the future opportunities that lie?
So Rashi, I say there is nothing called perfect option. I wanted to be a banker.
Hmm.
So sorry. First, I wanted to be an equities research trader. Then
Okay.
I said banking. Then I moved to treasury. From treasury, I've moved into education. Do you think when I started off, I knew I'm going to be an educator? No, not even one piece of
Yes.
my one bone said that you want to be an educator. So I didn't have that worldview. And I think some
Hmm.
people do. And it's okay if you don't. You will find your way. So don't be too harsh on yourself. We have to find the perfect thing. Just take that step forward. You will take that step forward. You'll say, oh, I don't enjoy this. You will take a step on the side. You might take a step few blocks ahead. It doesn't matter. Don't put so much pressure. I have to choose the perfect thing. As I said, my career was a corporate guy. I'm now an educator. Did I think this? No. So you will change your career at least 10 times. We changed it 5 times. You'll do it 10 times.
Yes.
And that's good. You learn new things and you will say, oh, some were not so good. Like we used to have a career where we said we didn't have some good bosses and good, colleagues. You will say, I tried these two, three things. They didn't excite me. I tried something else. One thing rocked and I took it all the way through to the moon.
So, as you said, we should give ourselves the freedom to explore, to change, to
Absolutely.
sometimes fail. But I don't think society sees it the same way. Failures aren't yet welcome, they aren't welcoming, and the society makes it difficult when you fail. So, how to cope with that? How to cope with the society's neglect?
So, you know, I think there is the Chacha Kaka Mama in India who will always be
Yes.
things, कि ये देखो failure आपका बेटा
Uh,
failure hai. So
okay.
I think you have to be develop a thick skin, which you guys have a more thick skin than our generation. You've reached a point where you say, you know what, I don't need to buy a house.
Hmm.
Because I don't think that's of value. Whereas our generation, you say house hona chahiye. So I think you guys are less, I won't say sensitive, but don't get these things to affect you the way it used to affect us. So every generation is going to be lesser. Your kids
Hmm.
are lesser impacted. It is something we are in a society like India where family does play a role and parents do look at it. But I think it's changing and it's changing for the good. There is
Okay.
going to be organizations which do not celebrate failure are not going to survive. So it's I can see this. This is the future. It's going in that direction. Of course, it's not fun to fail. Of course, I'm not saying this, but once you create the
Yes.
mindset that every failure is learning, that
Hmm.
mindset be hardwired into you. Failure equals learning. No failure means zero learning. And that's how you have to project to your parents, to your family. I learned. I learned. I think they will change their minds. Hopefully they do. And if they don't, then they will lose you.
Agreed. Agreed. Now you have overcome all the failures and have succeeded in life. At what point did you believe that, yes, I have attained success and that I am there, I have made it?
I don't believe I'm there yet.
No.
There's miles to go.
Okay.
I get failure every day, and it's part of the game, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's
Hmm.
life is up and down. You take the
Okay.
peaks, and you know how to deal with when you get into the troughs of your life. which happens probably sometimes every hour, you'll know how to deal with it. So I think the resilience is what is required. Ability to adapt is what's going to be very, very important. So these two things, if you
Yes.
can, agility is the ability to adapt in a fast way, right? So these
Yes.
are a few things if you put in your bank, it's okay. And I think, it's a journey. Enjoy the journey, right? Be good to your family, be grateful to the Lord, be grateful to your parents. If you
Hmm.
have these human qualities of gratitude, enjoying your journey, trust me, it doesn't matter that success is fine. It'll happen on
Yes.
its way, and you'll then strive for something bigger, and that keeps
Hmm.
happening, and that's part of the game.
Okay. I will not now bother you with more questions. Just one final request. If you had one message for every young student who's watching this podcast from India, from across the world, what what would you like them to remember when they work towards building a future they dream of?
I would say that what's worked for me most is don't play safe.
Okay.
Take risks, right? Don't play safe because everybody wants to follow the simple, safe. Acha, ye karenge, ye karenge, and then I will become a rich, successful person. I think I'd rather that you go this way and you will learn a lot in life and you'll become much more solid career if you take risks. It's not going to be easy, but you will have a much gratifying career. And I can say this because I've taken risks all my life and I've thoroughly enjoyed every risk I've taken.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing all these stories, sharing your inspiring journey with us, these valuable experiences and practical guidance with all of us. I hope you had a great time with us.
Thank you. That was
Yes.
fantastic. You took me back in time
Mhm.
because I had to reflect on
Yes.
some of the things and really
Yes. Yes.
appreciate it. And I'm saying, Rashi, you're going to rock. Trust me.
Thank you so much, sir. With your words, for me, you've made it very clear that if I want to succeed, it is not only hunting down goals, it is having the courage to challenge, to take risks, to dream, the discipline to work hard, and have the determination to keep learning every day. So, on behalf of EduTV and all the students of Anand International Sarkhej, Ahmedabad School, we sincerely thank you for joining us today and inspiring the next generation of learners, change makers, and innovators. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank
And
you,
again,
Tanya and EDU TV.
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
again,
you
a
so much, Tarun. Thank you. Thank you,
heartfelt
Rashi.
gratitude once again to Chairman and Founder Kamal, sir, and Miss Priyanka Bhatkoti, ma'am, for making this interaction happen. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, ma'am.